what's happening YouTube? It's your boy Deep CP and I am back again with another video. And guys, today's video is a very special one because it fits with the name of the channel, because today we are going under the sea. I'm so excited because we're going to be checking out 12 mysterious underwater creatures caught on camera. If you guys want to check out the original video, it will be on Chill's channel in the description down below, so you guys can go over there and check it out for yourself. I love aquatic life. I mean, that's what obviously inspired the channel name. I've never really done a video strictly about ocean life, and I'm really excited to do this one because I can geek out a little bit. And this is going to be sort of a try not to get scared challenge. So if you guys enjoy those types of videos, I'm going to pop a link in the description to the playlist of all of my try not to get scared challenges. Without further ado, let's get into this. 12 mysterious underwater creatures caught on camera.
The National Ocean Service estimates that we have only managed to explore 5% of the ocean. After all, who knows what is lurking amongst the undiscovered.
Oh, that was okay. I think I've seen that video before.
Sorry, folks. False alarm.
This video was supposedly taken by a robotic camera while surveying an old oil tanker. A school of fish briefly swims in front of the camera.
Dude, that's so CGI. I know exactly where this footage came from. So if you aren't familiar with this mockumentary a few years ago, the Animal Planet did. It was called Mermaids, the Body Found. I actually have a mermaid story. I actually think I have seen a mermaid in my lifetime. So I'll tell that story at the end of the video. And basically, this clip came from that mockumentary. And supposedly it shows a mermaid hunting fish underwater. I think if mermaids actually do exist, they're more animalistic and hunt just like any other aquatic animal would, with their teeth or whatever abilities that they would have that they've adapted over thousands of years. Yep, there it is. There it is.
This video, taken over 3,700 feet underwater,
okay,
begins with a mysterious symbol gliding across the bottom of the ocean floor. Whatever the thing is, it seems to be quite curious as it studies the camera for a bit. Its lights blinking away all the while. It
reminded me of like a squid or an octopus or even a cuttlefish. I don't know. Like, you guys have any theories? Let me know in the comments down below.
Conal Malarkey is boating in Northern Ireland when a creature partially emerges from the water. Conal and his friends watch in amusement as the fast-moving creature passes them and then fully submerges back into the water without a trace. You can imagine how low.
Okay, that's definitely not a whale. That's definitely not a whale. I was thinking that was a whale for a second. What is that? Could be a piece of debris too that's getting dragged by something under the water and it's appearing on the surface. A buddy of mine that volunteered for the Park Service for a while, and he said one of the things that they would do was they would clean out rivers. You would see like fish or whatnot get debris caught on them and stuff from where people just throw their trash out. So like, it affects the entire ecosystem. If you throw out a bottle of water and it lands in the ocean, some fish is going to try to get in it and possibly get trapped, or, you know, some other animal might try to eat it. Always throw your trash away, for God's sakes, please.
One summer morning in 2016, Florida residents woke up to find a...
Of course it's Florida, man. Of course.
Florida man on drugs kills imaginary friend and turns himself in. Florida man breaks into jail to hang out with friend. Florida man breaks into ex's home, poops on everything.
The clumpy blue-green algae was bad enough to cause the governor to declare a state of emergency across 4 counties.
Inside, you can see some of those green globules floating around, and this algae is dangerous to people. That's why many of the beaches around here will be closed for the busy 4th of July weekend.
You gotta think, what are people doing on 4th of July weekend? They're grilling outside, and what better place to do that if you live in Florida than on the beach? So that's lost millions of dollars to that economy. You gotta feel really bad for those people.
Math is math. Math is math.
Skin and stomach irritation on contact. It also burned eyes, gave headaches, and other forms of sickness just from inhaling its putrid fumes. No one is sure exactly why this happened, though everything from climate change to fertilizer runoff has been blamed.
Do you think it might be from like pollution thing? Like maybe people are discarding waste and stuff like that, and it's just accumulated and created this type of algae? I don't know. That's kind of weird. That's spooky.
This bizarre sea creature was discovered in March of 2018 in Florida.
It's always Florida!
Yep.
Okay.
The most recent article I could find said that scientists still have not been able to conclude if
I don't
this
know
was
what
a
that
hoax or
is.
not.
It kind of looks a little fake, but if it is real, that would have made like national news. Everybody would have found out by now. But for the fact that it was something like that, I'm starting to lean that it was probably faked.
The Ninjin is supposed to be a large aquatic
Oh
humanoid
yeah,
that
this
was
is from
originally
Japan.
discovered. This video, allegedly taken from the Japanese Agency for Marine
Oh,
Earth Science
okay,
and
that's
Technology,
spooky.
appears to strongly corroborate the legend.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. If you look close, that's stuck in the ground. Whatever that is stuck in the ground. I think that's a rock. I think that's a rock.
Yes, a man! What the rock?
Look closely and you can see a playful smile.
So there's a phenomenon in the human brain where we see faces on everything. If you do your research, we do that with a lot of stuff, or you look at all these pictures online of people taking random objects and saying they look like a person's face. That's very possible that we're doing the same thing here, and this is just a rock.
These mysterious worm-like creatures were
Oh,
allegedly
dude,
discovered
no.
by some
I
dock
hate
workers in
worms.
Germany. The bizarre creatures were immediately taken to a nearby institution.
Dude, that's so gross. I remember when I used to go fishing with my grandpa when I was a kid. My papa, he would be like, all right, I'm going to let you put the worm on the hook. And that was the one part I always hated about fishing. I loved fishing. I remember I always ended up being the bait guy. And then when my brother went with us, he would get to do all the fun. He would get to toss it and sit there and talk with Papa while I'm baiting all the reels. I might not have enjoyed it as much at the time, but when you get older, you learn to appreciate things more.
Number 5. Check out what a YouTuber named Aqua Chigger found
What?
lying on the bottom of a river. If
That's
strangely
so
sways and
cool.
Shimmers, Aqua Chigger believes he may have found some kind of a brightly colored underwater alien colony.
Oh,
And
now,
also
I
sure
wouldn't
about
go that far. I
they
think it's
certainly
like
do
some
think
form
this
of
is a
plant,
strange fact.
algae, or something
Let me
like
know
that.
if you- Two fishermen from New York are on Lake Champlain. Soon a large creature comes close to the surface but never emerges.
What?
The further mystery of Champ, a legend that swims just below the surface and just out of camera range.
Wow. Guys, you gotta consider, an animal that large is not gonna be hard to spot. It seems like all these videos with these giant creatures or whatnot, they always are out of focus.
I have a question. Why is it in these pictures of aliens, UFO, the Yeti, Hellboy, why is it they're always out of
It's
focus?
true, we never see these things in focus. Can we get one video with these mysterious creatures where you can actually see them?
No.
I think it's a lie.
What is that?
They're somewhere in Godridge, Ontario. A
What?
person in the video's comments section claims to recognize the location and says it's near a local nuclear power
Oh
plant.
my gosh.
So I'd like to know if there is a power plant nearby, and if this could be the result of a nuclear pollution.
Hey, it's not nuclear, it's nuclear. Second, if this creature is a result of a mutation, this would have made national news. You have creatures that end up getting mutated, but it's very, 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 very uncommon. Okay, so you got shows like The Simpsons that make nuclear power really, really bad. It's not running off green sludge, okay? It's just not how that works.
1, 2, 3.
Released to the public.
Oh
sometime in
my
2008.
God.
The company says they caught it on video hanging around one of their oil platforms.
That is so
About 200
cool.
was eventually identified as a long-legged sea creature called the Magna Pinna squid. Number 1.
All right,
This
number
footage
1.
was supposedly taken from a submarine
Again, I know
somewhere
exactly
in
where
the
this one
Sea.
came from. The same
Crystal
documentary I mentioned
fascinating with this-
earlier. Yep. Yep.
A large webbed hand that is roughly 5 times larger than any humans slaps the glass.
That is so
before
cool,
pushing
though.
away.
I love that
It's almost as
mockumentary,
if
though.
a
It was
humanoid
well
creature
made.
was toying
It's
with
so
the
fake, but it was very well made, and some of the science behind it does make some sense. Okay, guys, so that's it for the video. I'm going to get into my own personal mermaid story. I've only told a select few people in my lifetime. I trust those people, but today is the day that I tell my story to the world. My family and I went on a trip to Myrtle Beach when I was a kid. Went to this place called Shell Island. And while we were there, the tour guide told everybody, do not go to the other side of the little island. I'm 10 years old. Okay, I'm not listening to nobody. My grandparents, they were doing their own thing getting shells. Well, I followed a crab. And I followed this little crab all the way around to the other side. Out there, I can't believe I'm telling people this. I looked over to my left, and I looked over on a rock, and I seen something. I don't know if it was a seal or what, but it was gray, but it had the proportional upper body of a human being. The stripes on his skin were a darker black color. And I saw this creature, and I just kind of was took back. I thought, okay, maybe this is a fish that got out of the water. As soon as I got that much of a description of it, it got back in the water, but the way it hopped in had to be arms, because if it was a fish, its fins would have propelled it in the water. It was arms. And I never forgot that. I walked back to the other side. Poor guy told me, what did you see? And I just looked at him, and I said, I didn't see anything. He said, good. I got back with my grandparents, and whatever that thing was, I don't know what it was. I can't say it was a mermaid. I can't say it was a fish. I can't say it was a seal. But I don't know. And it was scary, but beautiful at the same time. It was an experience that really got me interested in aquatic life, the unknown, the ocean. Stories like that really intrigue me, because people do not realize how little we know about the ocean. I don't think we ever really will explore the entirety of the ocean. A lot of the ocean is mostly just caverns and canyons and stuff like that. We might have some deep sea creatures we don't know about. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my story. I basically saw Abe Sapien. I still to this day don't know what it was. It could have been faked. I don't know. It could have been like a teenager pulling a prank on a kid or whatever. But it would have been really, really elaborate to set that up just to get one kid. Who knows, guys? I mean, the world's full of mysteries. We may never know. If you guys want to check out the video in its entirety, it will be in the description down below on Chill's channel. And I'm also going to pop a link in the description down below to an entire Try Not to Get Scared challenge list that I have done over the years. But yeah, that's it for the video. Be sure to surf with that subscribe button, wave it for notifications, and stay tuned for more buried treasure. That's it for today. Deep Sea Pete out. Catch you on the coast side. Woo!